Welcome to the Coffs Harbour Rally and the Race Department Rally Championship, the second round. Last season's production champion, Robert Leitner, has changed up to a Subaru Impreza RDRC for this season and was 13th in class after day one. Here on SS4 he was 6th fastest overall, and he was 2nd fastest overall on the final stage of the day. Nigel Atkins has switched to a new shifter and handbrake before this rally, and it took some time to adjust to the change. This is pictured from early on SS2, where he has a long jump and slides off the road up onto two wheels. Sliding over the grass, but still managed to keep the car down on the ground. Can continue. Later on this final stage of the day, he has an off when we went looking. Locked the gearbox in second gear. But luckily for Nigel, there is time to repair or even replace that gearbox on the overnight service. Last time around we did see Roy Magnes in a Citroën Sara. That car has been scrapped in advantage for a Skoda Fabia WRC. He had some problems on the first stage but increased the pace throughout the day. Roy was struggling with finding his usual consistency, but was happy to finish the day in 9th position overall. John Cunningham was 5th fastest here on SS2 in his Subaru Impreza. If you do get a chance, I recommend you to read his post-race report in the race department forums. It's really worth the read. John is 7th in the class after the first day of rallying. Darius Swiderski is the other driver of the Love and Hate team. He was very pleased with his day 1 performance, where he was positioned 6th in class. Oh, taking a little bit of gravel on the outside of the asphalt and straight ahead in the junction. You know you are supposed to go left there, Darius. Eddie Mann started the rally carefully and finished 7th fastest in SS1 and SS2. Eddie wasn't really pleased with that pace, so we upped the tempo for later stages of the day. But this change of pace did make Eddie miss some more of his breakpoints and losing a little bit more extra time instead. Eddie finished the day 5th in the A2 class. Mark Byrne is driving a Ford Focus WRC and was 5th overall after day 1. This is a big jump on SS3, and Mark shows you how you probably should take it to get away the easiest way. A little lift and then you can just accelerate it down the slope. Tor Anders Berven came 2nd in the season opener in his native Norway, and is continuing his good pace here. Tor Anders wins the opening 2 stages and is 6 seconds faster than anyone else on SS2 and ends the day with a 10-second margin to the next guy in class. Hubert Smulders did not feel comfortable with his Subaru Impreza on the first 3 stages of the day. He started pushing a little bit on the last 3 stages of the day, but almost flying off the road here on SS4. But with increased pace come increased risks. And yeah, this is a result of that. And SS5 as well. There's a high speed off and whacks a tree, but still gets away with any damage. Can finish 4th in the A1 class after day 1. Norman Biscuits is another one of the Subaru Imprezas in the A1 class. He was fastest in the class in SS1 and SS3. And second in class after day 1. And Norman has a different strategy when it comes to the big jump than what Mark did. Ian Bundell had a pretty tidy first day in the rally. Here on SS2 he was over half a minute faster than anyone else in his class, and he did manage to build a big gap from that. A nice steady jump and no big dramas. Adam Jonas had 2 retirements and was 21st in production class after the first day in his Ford Fiesta. He was experimenting a little bit with the late braking points and overshot this junction. So in the next junction he braked a little bit early, but it was a bit too early. He hit 3 on the inside. No big damage though. Eric Tveit competes in his first championship rally. He showed some decent pace, but also had lots of accidents in his Ford Fiesta, like this smooth roll here on SS1, which didn't really cause that big of damage. But of course, you do lose time when you do things like this. On SS3 was a little bit more violent. Clips the bank on the inside, shoots over across the track and hits a tree to keep him from falling down the ditch. At full speed out over the big jump. A heavy landing for the Ford Fiesta. Still 19th in the production class after day 1. Eckhard von Glan crashed hard on the first stage and was without brakes on SS2 and just... Although he retired on SS2 and got his brake fixed, it didn't actually seem like it here on SS3. Kevin Hopkins had to retire on SS2, but he delivered solid mid-class stage times and his position in 17th place in production class after day 1, 1 position ahead of Eckhard von Glan. Alistair Walker had a very bad rally in his Peugeot 207. Alistair is also amongst those who has big airtime over the big jump. At the end of the day, Alistair found himself in 15th position in class. David Jones also has a pretty lengthy jump here on SS3. Does a good run and is getting a better feeling for the car as the day progresses. David finished today in 12th position in the production class. Follow him now on SS4 for... Yeah, there you have it. Off the road, shoots over across the track and bang into some stroke. Big stones. The car flips just enough to get back onto the wheels. They can continue without any big damages to the car. It's absolutely incredible after like that. Daniel Tønsberg has switched to a production car after dominating the rookie class in the Rally of Norway. He was 10th in production class after day 1. Daniel as well was making some mistakes and losing time, like this spin here on SS5. On SS6 he had such a hard shunt that he broke his gearbox and almost had to retire from the day. From stage even. Chris Williamson was 9th after day 1. And Chris was very pleased with his rally and claiming that this was one of the cleanest ones he'd had. Senad Subasic was making an elegant entrance in the Subaru Impreza. Senad is 8th in the production class at the end of the day. He claimed that he tried to drive safe and clean, but if you take a look at this onboard footage from the big jump on SS3, bam! Senad, I don't agree with you. Look at that jump! Completely smashing the radiator into fragments. Samuel Elenonen drove aggressively in the first 2 stages, but lost some time in his distinctively colored Fiat Abarth Grande Punto. Simon is 6th in the production class into the overnight service. Jeremy Loveland was 3rd in class here on SS3 and 5th in the production class by the end of the day. Another Australian in Peugeot 207. And as we approach the big jump, it shows that Jeremy is one of the more sensible guys when it comes to that particular jump. Booker's Demelin is one of just 3 Group N cars in the production class. He is 4th in the production class after day 1, just 2 seconds behind the podium position. Nice and easy. Dubravko Sparvets was then 3rd in the production class after day 1. Dubravko has 9 seconds up but only 2 seconds down to Vukash, so look out for a fierce fight for the podium positions. Braking a little bit late. No harm done. Simon Demi won the Rally of Norway in great style, and here he continues in great form. Simon is 1st in the production class, 1.5 minutes ahead of Warren Daves in 2nd. Simon is still dominating the class, takes all the 6 possible stage victories of the day, and this helps him into 3rd position overall, only 11 seconds behind the overall leader. That is mighty impressive in this low-powered Ford Fiesta. At least compared to the bigger WRC cars. Over to the junior class, and Tyrone Frith, who opens the rally with losing huge amount of time with his MG. He's struggling with technical issues and retires on 4 of the day's 6 stages. And over the big jump, he has a massive nose plant and is so close to rolling head first. Here we have it one more time. Look at this. Tries to move the engine well into the coupe of the car. Pittman has had a small off-camera roll here on SS2, but he still lies 6th in the junior class in his Ford Fiesta. Aldi Kauppinen does his first race department rally and is very happy with the results. He didn't damage the car and is 4th in the junior class. Mika Peltola does his first rally as well in the race department rally championship and lies 3rd in his Peugeot 205. And it's a very Finnish top end of the junior class. But Troy Armand does split up this with being in 2nd position. And on his way to the 2nd position he has a stage win here on SS4 in his Ford Fiesta. But Johnny Nylander also does his RDRC debut, and that was style. He takes the remaining 5 stage wins in the junior class and tops the table with well over a minute after the first day. Daniel Olsson had a mixed day. He retired on SS1 and SS2 and he won SS5. He is positioned in 5th in the junior class in his Ford Focus and is last of the rookies. Yeah, 5th in the rookie class then. Norman Bruce is also driving a Ford Focus and he retired on SS6, but other than that he is happy with his rally. He is 4th in the class after day 1. Timo Toika has no stage wins, but is very pleased with his 2nd position after day 1. and check back with us soon for the second day of the Coffs Harbour Rally here at racedepartment.com.